The Phoenix Suns are all in. They went out this offseason and really changed their entire team. They have 2 players remaining from their championship run, and that run was only 3 years ago. They bring in Bradley Beal to pair with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Bradley Booker, perennial NBA All-Star there. But they bring in that big 3 to go with DeAndre Ayton. They bring in Frank Vogel to be the head coach of this squad, a guy that traditionally is an elite defensive coach, to go with 3 elite offensive superstars. They go out, they sign guys like Eric Gordon, like Drew Eubanks, like Yuta Watanabe. Length, athleticism, height, weight, speed, they bring it all to the table. So that's why we're going to be talking about why the Phoenix Suns could be an NBA championship threat this year, or why they will be an NBA championship threat this year. But real quick, if you're not subscribed, make sure to go hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications. This is the place you want to be if you like NBA basketball. Hit the like button, leave me a comment, and stick around to the end of the video. Also check out the TikTok if you do enjoy at any point. Now with all that promotion out of the way, let's go ahead and get started looking at their big time moves. First off, bringing in Bradley Beal to pair with KD and Devin Booker. And like I said, this team doesn't have a true point guard. They send off Campaign, but I guess they're rocking with Jordan Goodwin at the backup point. But between D-Book and Bradley Beal, you see here Bradley Beal, 23.3 points, 3.9 rebounds, but 5.4 assists per game. That's the big key there. Between those 2 guys, they're going to be able to run an efficient offense. 51% from the field, 37% from 3 for Beal, as well as 1 steal per game. So good numbers from Bradley Beal last year, but not exactly. I mean, he's only 2 years removed from that 30-point-per-game season. 30 years old, so still at the back end of his prime. Played about 34 minutes a game last year, so a pretty good workhorse guy there in the backcourt to pair with D-Book. Now, like I said, the big question, who's playing point guard? I feel like between Book and Beal, they have enough playmaking. KD also not the worst playmaker, in my opinion. They'll have enough playmaking. It'll be all right. And then, of course, like I said, bringing Jordan Goodwin off the bench. This is a championship contender, in my opinion. They got the star power. Matoshiba wasting no time. I mean, he became the owner less than 6 months ago, and he's already put together one of the best big 3s in the entire NBA. Now, like I said, they have actually now signed Bol. At the time of making this video, they were the front runners to sign him. Now they've signed Bol to play behind Kevin Durant, and Bol, if I'm Bol, this is the perfect situation for me. He averaged 9.1 points, 5.8 rebounds, 1 assist. But let's not forget, everybody was saying this guy was a cornerstone piece of that Magic team, a guy that they could build around for the future. And now he is a Phoenix Sun after being cut, not even traded, cut. 54% from the field, 27% from 3, 1.2 blocks. Got to work on that rim protection. There was a time where he was averaging about 2.5 blocks a game, but he fell off towards the back end of the season. So that's something the Suns will have to work on, is getting a full season out of Bol and not having him flame out halfway through the year. Now, the roster overhaul, like I said, they've got 2 guys from that championship team, but they bring in a lot of snipers, with Yuta Watanabe and Eric Gordon coming to Phoenix. Watanabe averaged about 5.6 points per game and 2.4 rebounds last year for the Nets. He had a decent season. Now, I mean, those numbers don't exactly jump off the page at you, but he's a guy that 49% from the field, 45% from 3, was a good bench player, very efficient, very effective when called on, and I think he will be the same exact thing here in Phoenix. 16 minutes per game, and he's 6'9", so he can play a little defense. No matter how slow he is, he's 6'9". He can guard down the little perimeter or inside, whichever one you want. Eric Gordon averaged 11 points a game and 2.1 rebounds for the Clippers last year. Can't say in LA because, of course, you got the Lakers there as well, but 46% from the field, 42% from 3, so he is getting up there in age, but he's still a valuable role player to any championship team, any team trying to compete and get over the hump. 35 years old, but like I said, still valuable, still brings that lethal outside shooting touch. Now, the length that I talked about them going out and getting, we're going to call him Metu because I cannot pronounce his first name. I've tried. It does not work out. 5 points per game, 3 rebounds for the Kings last year. Now, this signing didn't really make the most sense to me. I guess this is just more of a depth piece if injuries happen. 6'10", about 59% from the field. But at the time of the signing, I did not realize how good of a signing Keita Bates-Diop was for the Suns. He averaged 10 points and 4 rebounds for the Spurs last year, and he's going to come in and immediately be a key bench piece for this Suns team. 51% from the field, 39% from three, and doing it all at 6'9". So he's a big body that's going to come in and immediately provide, a good impact off the bench for the Spurs. And then Drew Eubanks coming over from the Trailblazers, 6.6 points, 5.4 rebounds per game. He is a solid backup center as they lose Jock Landale over to the San Antonio Spurs. Eubanks shot at 64% from the field and also had about 1.3 blocks per game last year. Now, something that is pretty slept on in my opinion is, one, the return that they also got in the Bradley Beal trade, which was Jordan Goodwin, who put up 6.6 points per game and 3.3 rebounds in 17 minutes last year. But they also bring in, the guy on the right. Again, another guy, I cannot pronounce his name. Y'all will butcher me in the comments if I even try. But he put up 14 a game and 9 rebounds on 54% shooting from the field, 36% from three at Dayton. And then he put up, I believe, 18 in his first Summer League game and was pretty solid throughout the Summer League for the Suns. So maybe a draft steal there that you're looking at, potentially stealing a roster spot. Now, let's talk about playoff Devin Booker, which in my opinion does not get talked about enough. He is a guy that is a big-time playoff riser. He averaged 34 points per game, 7.2 assists, and 1.7 steals per game last year in the NBA playoffs. All of those are huge upgrades from his regular season numbers. And, Jamal Murray, Jimmy Butler get all the credit for being the playoff risers. Dude shot it 60% from the field, 50% from three, and averaged 32? You know what I said? That is crazy. Give D-Book his flowers. He deserves his respect as one of the peak playoff performers in the NBA right now. Now, let's take a look at the lineups for next year. These are just my projected lineups. If there's something that you don't like, let me know down in the comments below. Eric Gordon could very easily be the starter. I just threw Yuta Watanabe in there because he is, in my opinion, the best shooter they signed in the offseason. You can make an argument for Eric Gordon as well. But D-Book and Bradley Beal in the starting backcourt. Like I said, they're both combo guards, so they can share the point guard duties. With Chris Paul on the way out, obviously that's what's got to happen. And then Watanabe in there at the 3. We talked about him, very efficient, very effective when called upon. Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers the NBA has ever seen at the starting power forward position. And then DeAndre Ayton still in there at the 5. Again, this is a team that can really, really, really score the ball. But with Frank Vogel, a head coach, and all the length and athleticism they went out and signed, I think this is a team that could be very good defensively as well. You take a look at the bench here, and this is a deep team. With Cam Payne on the way out, it is now Jordan Goodwin at the backup point guard spot. Like I said, Metu kind of becomes an irrelevant signing with the Bol news. But with Eric Gordon, Keita Bates-Diop, Bol, and Drew Eubanks, they have a very capable backup rotation as well. I think Keita Bates-Diop is really going to break out this year and really going to shock some people. Bol is going to be given all of the opportunities that he can ever expect off the bench for a championship contender. And then Eric Gordon, he's going to be the sixth man. If he doesn't start, he'll be the sixth man. I think he's going to have a very nice season. And like I said, Jordan Goodwin, a guy that people are sleeping on, but he put up good numbers last year in a limited role for the Washington Wizards because they had like 7 other backup point guards already. The Wizards were just a mess. I'm glad they finally committed to a rebuild, got a new GM. They're finally headed in the right direction, hopefully. But as for the Suns, this is a team that I think easily competes for an NBA championship. Maybe not win it. I'd still take Denver starting 5 over this team just because their roles are more clearly defined. Everybody knows what's going on. They're a well-oiled machine. But this team is deeper, so we shall see. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Who you got, Denver or Phoenix, coming out of the West? Or is it somebody else, like the Lakers? I mean, the Lakers had a good offseason. Maybe the Warriors. Let me know down in the comments below. But as always, make sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. Leave me a comment. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.